Yeah. We are back. CRB Live, episode 10. Frenchie, double digits, my man. Double digits. Can't believe it. The 10th episode. Frenchie will be coming on in a second. I am your host, Prehistoric. Thank you for tuning in to everybody's favorite Monday night show, 9 p.m. every single Monday, competing with Monday Night Raw and kicking their ass in the ratings, I must say. Frenchie Fresh, come down to the studio. How you doing, brother? Well, now I will say this. We've had a lot of technical difficulties before going on the air, and now, Frenchie, I can no longer hear you, which is, can't hear you, buddy. So, unfortunately, our streaming platform has been acting a little shaky. We're sorry about that. We'll try and fix that up. But good news, tomorrow, the province is opening up a little bit, which is, great news for everyone. I'm going back to work tomorrow. I'm sure some of you are going back to work tomorrow. Frenchie, you there? No, audio's not on. And Raiden's saying the stream is choppy. We might have to look into finding another way of doing this. But as I was saying, the province is opening up, and that means for No Love 3, March 13th, we're looking pretty good right now. We're still figuring out exactly how many people will be in attendance. Duff is saying you're not live on Facebook. Kevy Lowe's noticed my brand new jersey from my buddy who plays for Godfathers. Shout out to them. It was a
free.
Yo, I can hear you now.
What's good? Yeah, I just shut it down and restarted the whole thing there.
There we go, man.
Somebody tried to video call me when they know I have a CRB live at 9 p.m. Come on, right, guys. Don't be video calling me when you know I'm on the live. And I know you know I was on the live because you know I'm on the live because I know you're tuning in right now.
All right. Well, I'm happy to have your voice back with us. Everyone's talking by everyone, I mean 2 people talking about what I'm wearing, and I got to give a shout out to the Godfathers legendary ball hockey team in Ottawa. My good buddy Adrian hooked me up with a birthday gift there, so I told him I'd rock it on live. Rocking the 87 back there too. So anyway, as I was saying, the province opens up a little bit tomorrow. No Love 3, March 13th. We're going to have fans in attendance in some capacity. Still figuring out the details on how that's going to work, but it's just exciting to know that we're going to have an event again, Frenchie, and we're going to have some people there. So
facts.
And some weeks we've been having what I would call big names on, and that's great, and we're going to continue to do that. And some weeks we're trying to give people a bigger name and give them a platform, and that's what we're doing tonight. We've got 4 battlers who are participating on March 13th. We want to give them a platform, get more people to know them, and just kind of hear their stories. So we've got 4 people tonight. We got Dysfunctional. We got Scott Sharpe, who are battling one another March 13th, and then of course Xavier, who won Battle of the Year against Samson. So we got a nice lineup, Frenchie.
Yeah, Samson retired, the one we shall not name, man. Congratulations.
And that battle just dropped. Battle just dropped on our YouTube.
Go check it out because Samson did a good job in it. So,
Facts, man. Jugga, is Scott there backstage, or are we going with Dysfunctional first? I can't.
Scott's here, fam. It looks like he's ready to go, man.
And the audio, we can hear him. We're good.
It looks like green lights, man. We got to bring him on to be sure, but it looks good.
Well, before we bring him on, I want to give him a proper Papa pre-introduction because Scott Sharpe is definitely a legend when it comes to the CRB community because he was on the first ever CRB card, battled Corms the Cancerous in a very good battle. He doesn't battle very often. Definitely quality over quantity. He's got 10 battles, 5 of those battles on CRB. Hasn't battled since he battled King D at Capital Punishment 4, I believe. And definitely was a killer in our Cold Vid 16, which we're going to talk about. So without further ado, Scott Sharpe, come on down to the studio and shoot the shit. How you doing, brother?
What's popping?
I'm just happy I can hear you, man. That was it was a little sketchy pre-interview, but it's just pun intended.
Bro, I had my tablet going. It wouldn't work. Then I got my phone out. I went upstairs, brought the computer down, hooked it up. It still wouldn't work. It was just a whole fuck around.
Yep, but you know what? You stuck with it, man. You stuck with it, and these thousands of people watching are definitely grateful, and so am I, and so is Frenchie. So thanks for coming down, man. As I said in your intro, you're an OG when it comes to CRB, man. You were on the first ever card. Do you recall that? Probably.
Yeah, bro. I wish I had a cleaner performance, because me and Corms would have had a sick back and forth. He killed it.
Yeah,
but I had some crazy material that I wish I got off.
Yeah, what do you remember? I was going to ask you, like, what do you remember of that first event at Ritual Nightclub 5 long years ago? Just like overall ambiance, and then your battle, like you kind of touched on it a bit, but
it was sick, bro. Like, who else battled? Chubbs and Roberts battled that one too, right?
That was the first ever battle. Yep.
Yeah, that was the first battle. That was dope. And then Shane Mack was on that as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
He battled who was it?
Made Wade, that's
right. Yeah, that was dope, dude. Like there was a good crowd in there, and they were hyped. Like, it was a good event. I was fired up, to be honest. I was glad you guys had me out.
No, we were happy to have you out. And you've been back many times since then, as I said in the intro. What have you noticed, man, like from our first battle at Ritual there? And shout out to Kevy, rest in peace to Ritual for sure. A lot of great memories there. To kind of where we've got to now, like what would you say is the biggest difference / improvement?
Like for myself, you mean? Or just for the overall
just the league in general, since you were there at the beginning.
You guys have just been putting in work from the start, bro, and like it's grown a lot. You got a lot of people watching you. So like I even seen you guys had Gully on. I watched that show. You guys are well respected, bro. You guys are putting on good events, and it's just keeps growing. You guys are putting in work. This COVID shit had to come in and slow it down, but you guys are still working, right? You guys are working through it, so it's good.
Yeah, I think COVID definitely disrupted the momentum for a lot of people, not just us. And we're adjusting accordingly. And one way we adjusted was, of course, the online competition that we put together for on beat battles that you did very well in. Very controversial, as you made it to the finals and ended up taking second place. And I know a lot of people out there thought you took first, but nonetheless, what was that whole experience like for you? And how are you so comfy on beats? I mean, you've clearly been doing this for a long time. Like, are you more comfortable on beats? Because you certainly seem comfortable.
Yeah, bro, of course. Like, that's my thing. I've made music since I was like 13, right? Like, that's what I love to do. I love to make music. And the main reason why I got into battling was because, like, I wanted to maybe get a bit more exposure for my music, right? Also, I watched battling for a lot of years. So I thought it'd be cool to jump in and see what I could do, you know?
Totally.
So I just need to... I just still want to put on that one performance out there. I owe you guys that one. Like I'm coming correct this time.
No, I mean that's a perfect segue, because I got to say you're one of my favorites when it comes to material performance. And when we ask the tough questions on this show, and if there's one knock against you in your career, it's been memory. You've had a few issues with memory. I think that's fair to say. What do you attribute that to? What has been the issue in the past for not having those clean performances? Is it prep time, or is it something else?
Honestly, bro, I think it's a few things. Like, my memory's always been a little iffy, but I mean, when it comes to battling, I've never had like I don't have like too many battle rap friends, right? Like I didn't grow up with too many battle rap friends. So when I'm prepping for a battle, I'm spitting my rounds a few times a day. And I think I'm good, right? And I spit them clean to myself, right? And I think I'm good. But then, like, I was watching the King of the Dot Grand Prix, and when they were interviewing Ness Lee, I remember him saying that he was going over his rounds, like, to start, like, each round 35 times a day. Mm-hmm. And then he would double it, spit it, like, 70 times a day, and then double it again. And, like, the amount of times some of these guys are going over their rounds is insane. So I think, for me, I just need to prep more, dude. Now that I know that, like, I just figured it was just my memory, like, but I think I just need to be prepping more, man.
That's very interesting to me, actually, and that makes a lot of sense. I mean, I know personally, and even when I've had good prep, it's still gotten fuzzy out there, but I can definitely relate to what Ness was saying about, like, yeah, at least it's literally all day long. It can drive you crazy, but it's definitely worth it. So nonetheless, man, I think that March 13th is going to be a great performance by you. You've got a really solid opponent in Dysfunctional coming up from, repping Beast Mode, I would say, as his primary league, but he's battled on all kinds of leagues. Well, what's your initial thoughts on your battle against Dysfunctional?
So I checked him out. I wasn't too familiar with him before you lined up the battle, but I've watched like 6 or 7 of his battles, and I'd say he's fairly consistent. I mean, guys that come from Beast Mode are usually pretty sick. Like they
have
pretty
to be
dope
over there. They don't play over there.
That's another thing. I'm not sure if I've only seen battles from Dysfunctional where he was at Beast Mode. I don't know if he's battled anywhere else. But I mean, it's a big difference if you don't have guys who are all battle rap heads reacting to your bars, right? That can really throw you off. So I mean, it might be a different environment for him, or maybe he's done some different leagues and where it's been that way. But I mean, Beast Mode's a whole different league in its own, you know, where pretty much everyone in the crowd is like battle rap heads.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been doing their thing a long time out there, and definitely a seasoned crowd and lots of talent out there. So it's great to have Dysfunctional on the card, and we're going to actually get him to come out a little later with you. Now, the last question I have for you, Scott, before we wrap up the first part of the interview, what do you think that he does well from what you've seen, and what do you think that he does poorly by your estimation?
Well, he definitely comes prepared. Like, he's consistent. In any of his battles, I don't think I've seen him slip up. So that's good. And you could tell that he's like heavily into battle rap. Like, he breathes that shit, it looks like, because he's just like, I bet he's writing every day. Like, that's the vibe I get from him. So he usually has pretty clean performances. His downfall, I'd say he needs to work on his wardrobe for sure.
Okay. They can't all be as fresh as me, Scott.
Yeah, I hear you. But no, he's pretty dope, man. I'm definitely not going to be sleeping on him.
That's what's up, man. Frenchie, do you have any questions for CRB original Scott Sharpe?
Yeah, well, I mean, we seen you do those. Did you do both comps or just the one?
For the online
the
one,
Sweet 16s, it was just the one.
Okay. And like you made it to the final, correct? Yeah, versus Frank Black.
Yeah.
So
actually,
like
we should talk about that actually.
You came pretty prep on those ones. You did pretty, so I have confidence that you will be coming the same way, although it's 3 rounds, so there's a difference there. How do you prep differently from that to this? Like, because like you were killing those. And if we look at your track record on the battles, right? So it's,
I mean, beats is a big difference for me because I mean I've done that for, like I said, so many years. And then when you're battling, more nerves come into play, right? Like when I'm kicking those 16s, I'm in my whip, I'm by myself. When you're battling, a bit more nerves are going to come into play, and yeah, you just way more prep and things happen, pauses between bars, noises, shit throwing you off. So it's just that shit's new to me, right? So I just got to keep adjusting, and yeah, it's fun though, man. I love this battle rap shit.
Yeah, no, I hear that.
No, it's a good answer, and I lied earlier. I said last question, but now that we're talking about the cold vid, the finals, it was you, it was Frank Black, the judges, split decision, gave it to Frank Black. Did you get screwed?
I wasn't screwed. I mean, I thought it was pretty close. I mean, a few of my, like, the only people I heard from was mostly my buddies, right, who are biased, thought I won. But I mean, I didn't think it helped me probably throwing a little diss at Poe Rich in there, but maybe that swayed the judges a little. No, I don't know.
You know what's funny about that battle is, like, I don't know if you know this, is Frank Black. That's like, I'm really close to Frank Black, okay? Like, he's like a godfather to my son. Like, that's how tight it is. And I judged that battle. I was a judge in that tournament, and I voted for you.
Oh, wow. That's dope.
So, like, yeah, because even like me, I'm harder, especially like on my homies, I'm harder on them, like, especially if I feel
I hear you.
Yo, you know, but like, yeah, so like, even me, I was like, oh shit, I thought you took it myself. So like,
I was pretty confident in it, man. I'll be honest. Like,
yeah,
I
no,
thought
it
I
was
might have
dope.
edged it, but
It was dope
I
from
ain't mad
both
at it.
sides, but like, yeah, I don't know. It was fire though, nonetheless. Like, yeah, it's a fire.
It was a very fire battle. Great performance in that tournament, and March 13th. I guarantee. I'm speaking for you. I can tell from the hunger in your eye. This is going to be the best Scott Sharpe we've ever seen. True or false?
Very true.
Mm-hmm. That's what
even from as soon as you told me, and I just started writing, and like I was like, this is my best shit for sure. Another thing I'm trying to do with my writing is like I'm a rapper, right? So I like to just rap, but you got to kind of battle a little more than just rap sometimes, you know?
100%. Got to go for the throat. Now, listen, Scott, I'm going to take you off the air for a second. I'm going to bring on your opponent, Dysfunctional. I want the audience to get to know him for a few minutes, and then we're going to bring you back on and do a show, like a face-off before the battle. All right, man? So thank you very much, and we'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay, cool, bro.
All right, man. All right. That was solid. Now, right into it. Without further ado, this guy has 23 catalog battles. He's still a young man. He's definitely a hard worker in the game. As I mentioned, he's rocking for beast mode, but he's battled on all kinds of other leagues, smoked out, King of the .py, and a few others that I hadn't even checked out before.
iBattle, he has one there.
Yeah, on iBattle, he's got one.
Yeah.
Anyway, without further ado, let's bring him down. Dysfunctional, come and jam with us for a minute, man. How you doing, man?
What up? I'm
not much. Well, you're tired?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough, my friend. Well, we won't keep you too long. I noticed that, well, first of all, you're battling Scott Sharpe on March 13th and No Love. But before we get into that, in 2019, did you have 7 battles? Is my research correct?
Yeah, 2018, I had like 15 or something, and then I really slowed down in 2019.
Oh, wow. Because like when I was stating that, I'm like, wow, that's a lot of battles. But you had how many in 2018?
It was like 15 or something.
Jesus.
Yeah. And then I got told by a couple of friends I needed to slow down, and that's when my performances started getting better, when I started taking less of them.
That makes sense, but I'm sure that time in the ring there was probably some positive things that came from it too. But that makes a lot of sense now. So going from like 14 battles 2018, 7 2019, then 1 battle in 2020 because of COVID, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
How do you think that's going to affect you? Like, are you worried about like ring rust, or are you just more motivated than ever because of it?
After my last performance, I'm really motivated because I don't know if you can tell from the footage. You probably could if you paid attention, but I had 2 chokes in that battle that were edited out. So it's motivating me to do like 100 times better than that.
The material was on point, though.
Appreciate it. Yeah, that was like some of my favorite material I've ever had. But on the same flip of the coin, I've only done 1 battle, and I've been focusing a lot on school. So trying to shake off ring rust is going to be a big part of that.
Fair enough, man. So like I was saying, I mean, you battled on a lot of different leagues. I know you've been to a CRB event or 2, albeit not necessarily on the greatest night as far as fans are concerned, but still you've been in the building. What do you find like the biggest difference between audiences that you perform for, let's just say with Beast Mode and KOTD PY, for example, because it's in the same geographical area? But is there a big difference, do you find, at those events?
Definitely. So with leagues like Smoked Out Thunder Bay, and I battled in Windsor for a league that had like 1 event. The difference between them and like iBattle and Beast Mode is that in iBattle and Beast Mode, they're there to hear bars. That's all they want. They want not necessarily the most complex material, but they want the best material. Whereas if you go to a league that isn't battle rap heads, they want jokes, they want the funny shit. And just knowing if your audience is well versed is the difference between you killing it or flopping on the road.
And that's actually, well, that's a great answer. My next question was actually about road games. And like, do you target the audience, or are you more like targeting the playback on YouTube and like those heads who are watching it, or is it a combination?
When I first started, I was targeting the audience. that was in front of me at that moment. So I'd make a lot of like inside jokes.
Mm.
But after a while, I realized that doesn't really lead to replay value for people outside of the league. So I started mixing it up and adding in not necessarily generic punches, but like stuff that isn't associated to that league in specific. So that way people could rewatch it.
That makes sense. Cool. My next question was, we talked to a lot of battlers about their prep, and we were just talking to your opponent, Scott, who will be coming back. What's your prep like for a battle? Is it always the same? Like, or are you mixing it up as far as like, when are you finished? When do you switch to memorize mode? Like, are you strict with that, or are you just kind of, you know, weave in and out of what's happening?
That's also changed a lot since I first started. When I first started, it would be like, once I had like 4 bars, I'm repeating that in my head over and over until I write more stuff. But now it's more like, once I have a full round, then I'll memorize that round. And so now I've just been memorizing what I've had and trying to write the rest. But usually it's a full round together before I even start memorizing anything.
Okay, yeah, because I think, like, for some people, and myself included, if you start memorizing too early and then you decide to make changes, you could potentially, you know, go back into the old material live and then get yourself lost, and it's a snowball effect,
That's exactly
right?
my biggest fear with doing that.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. But it sounds like you're learning and you're evolving. Where would you say you've improved the most from your day one to now? Like, where would your biggest improvement be?
Probably performance and crowd control. When I first started, I was quite cocky. I thought I was the best thing since sliced bread. So like, if a crowd didn't react to my bar, I'd just look at the crowd and be like, no, that's fire. Now looking at that, that's like the most cringe shit ever. If they don't react, you got to try to find a way to control the crowd to be back on your side instead of like essentially calling them stupid.
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing I've learned.
Nice. Fair play. Beast mode question for you. The title picture there, I mean, I keep track. I'm a fan. Where do you see yourself? Do you have aspirations to make a run for the title over there? And how's that looking for you right now, realistically?
Definitely. That's definitely the end goal with Beast Mode, is to go for that title. But it's not going too hot because I'm pretty shit. But, you know, I'm working on it.
Okay.
I think I got
That's what matters,
good catalog battles that should put my name in the conversation.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, 23 battles total, and you know, this game changes so quickly. You have one, you know, you've had very good performances, but if you have that one standout performance, things could change very quickly in that regard. So, and it could happen, I mean, on an outside league, like battling in CRB March 13th against Scott Sharpe, you could make a lot of noise. Now, I want to ask you about that battle. Did you know Scott before we booked this battle, or did you have to look him up once we booked it?
Yeah, I knew him before the battle. I knew him from one battle against Bundem on GZ.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only battle I saw from them.
And what's your honest opinion of Scott, like, as an overall battler?
As an overall battler, I can, like, as somebody who's only ever done battles, I've never put out music. That was never the goal with this. I just really like to make fun of people, so I chose battle rap. As somebody who's just strictly a battler, I can definitely tell that he wants to do music first before battle. It's clear in his writing, the way he raps. It's clear he's a musician over a battler.
And do you think that you're going to be able to, like, expose that significantly in No Love 3?
I don't think that's really been my goal. My goal is to essentially, I wouldn't say out rap him, but show that I can do what he does. Therefore, there's no strength he has over me. So I'm trying to incorporate battle material, but try to keep up with him in the rap aspect too.
Have you ever had a conversation with Scott?
No.
Well, you're about to, my friend, because that's what we do on CRB Live. We stir the pot. we get opponents who are about to face off with one another to come and talk that shit, or just, you know, have a nice friendly conversation, whatever naturally happens. So we'll bring Scott back out for a minute. Scott, can you come down to the studio, my friend? There he is. Scott, you can hear me?
What's up?
Did you, Scott, have you been hearing the interview that we've been doing with Dysfunctional?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so he had mentioned that he thinks that your main focus is clearly music, and that it hinders, I mean, I'm paraphrasing, so, but, you know, it affects your performance in a battle rap setting. What would your response be to that?
Well, I feel like I kind of owned up to that in my interview already. I said, like, it's so hard for me not to, like, go back to that when I'm writing, because I've just done it for so long, right? So that's what I'm working on. I'm trying to improve on battling more as opposed to just strictly going out there and just straight rapping. Fair
play to you, man. Well, Dysfunctional, you've got Scott right in front of you here. I want you to, we've got a lot of people watching tonight. I mean, we're trying to hype up a battle here on March 13th. I want to give you the floor to ask Scott Sharpe any question you want, or just tell him exactly how you see this battle going down on March 13th.
I've watched I've watched a lot of his catalog, which isn't like the largest catalog, but it's still pretty decent. And I noticed that he chokes a fair bit. So all I'm hoping for is that he doesn't choke. That's all I want. Just don't choke. Oh, and don't come for the bread like sandwiches.
Hey, me too, bro. That's all I'm hoping for.
Could you elaborate on the sandwich line you just said?
Oh, I watched a battle and he told somebody I was coming for the bread like sandwiches. And I thought it was the funniest shit ever.
I said that?
Yeah.
I don't remember saying that.
You also told King D, you're softer than a bowl of oats is, which I thought was pretty funny.
That's fire.
Debatable.
Okay. I feel that, man. Scott, could you quote any Dysfunctional lines?
No.
I was waiting for that one.
Okay. Well,
I could tell you that he did a battle in a tie-dye shirt and a jean vest and a leopard hat, though.
Gang.
Okay. So your hope,
he's been working on his wardrobe.
Your hope is that Scott doesn't choke, and your hope, Scott, is that Dysfunctional it comes appropriately dressed. I think those are fair expectations and hopes. It's going to be a fucking
onesie now.
Oh man, that could go viral, man. You never know these days, so might not be the worst idea. Listen, guys, I definitely appreciate you both coming down to the show, having some fun with us. We're trying to give these guys a platform to talk. March 13th, look forward to your battle. Any parting words, Scott, before we move on?
Yo, you guys just keep doing your thing, and I'm excited to get down there. Yo, one more thing I wanted to ask. Do you guys know the situation on people in the building, or is it just going to be just the battlers? Or
as of right now, we are hoping to have some people in the building, and we still need to work out the details. But judging from where the province is at, you know, obviously safely, and we'll be following all parameters that we have to. But we're hoping to have a small crowd in the building, and we'll keep you posted on that.
Okay, cool.
Dysfunctional. Cheers. Any parting words?
Nah, I'm just looking forward to coming out and rocking with y'all. It's been a while. I've been trying to get it to CRB for a while.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate your time, both of you. We'll see you guys in March, and we'll be in touch soon.
Thanks, boys, for having me out. Peace.
Peace, guys.
He wants to get rid of too.
It's more than just a ball hockey jersey. All right, that was good, man. That's gonna be
for anybody who wants, like, you know, backdoor tickets, $20. I'll get you in there on top of the, you know, to guarantee your spot in the venue. So putting that out there. I'm just kidding. You know, I'm gonna get a bunch of
son of a bitch. Yeah. All right, man. We got to keep this program rolling. So there's 8 battles on No 3. We just covered one of them. Of course, the main event is Pepe, who's in the chat. Shout out to Pepe versus Corms the Cancerous. Bully is making his return against Duff. Whole bunch of other battles, but there's another battle that I want to talk about between Xavier and Samson. Now, that's the fact that Xavier had his debut in December and that became the battle of the year. It has got to be the greatest debut in CRB history thus far. Samson's been putting in work, steadily improving. Before we bring them on, Frenchie, like, how do you see this battle playing out? I know we've talked about it a bit, but like, what's your gut after watching Samson defeat Disciple in a 3-0 battle that just came out on YouTube?
I don't know who you speak of. I know Samson though. Oh, the guy he battled. Yes. I mean, that was a 3-0. So we're going at a 3-0 versus a battle of the year. So it should be a goodie, man.
Jimmy Stacy, you will be good. We will make sure that you're good.
Of course, Jimmy.
Don't you worry.
You don't need the $20 for me to sneak you in the back door. You're the doorman with me, bro. I need my backup. Don't worry, we got you.
It'll only be 15 for you. Just joking. All right, man. So without further ado, now I can't remember. Hopefully Xavier's backstage. Is he backstage? If so, bring him out. If not, we're gonna bring Samson out. Surprise me. Hey, there he is. Can you hear me, brother?
What's up? How you doing?
Great, man. Just fantastic. How are you?
I am swell, chilling.
My man. So, Xavier, we were just talking about your debut in December, and we got to start there, man. Debut battle of the year. Just talk about it. Just tell us about, like, did that, obviously it must have surprised you a little bit, but like, tell us about that whole experience leading up to the battle and then afterwards. How's it been for you?
Damn. Well, again, for the people who didn't know before December, I was actually supposed to show up for your guys' anniversary, henceforth while I was supposed to face Samson in the first place. But because of good old Rona fucking all the shit up, we had to, move on over. So when I was contacted, it was after I actually pulled up to the Under the Bridge battle. I pulled up in person. I was like, you know what? The homie Santo was the one who kept telling me, come back, because I haven't battled in like 2 years beforehand. So he kept telling me, you know what? You've been chilling, so you want in? I think we can make it work. And we kept pushing and pushing. And when I got hit up for NBS, I kind of was like, oh, I guess it's about time to get off my ass for once. So I got to it. And boom, when it was finally locked in, the homie Santo told me, hey, Frenchie said we got it. And in that moment, I was like, all right, we back. Like I'm not just on my ass no more. I'm back in this shit. So pulling up to it, I was just trying to get myself back in we back in the ring. We gonna do all this shit again. It ain't no play no more. I'm not a fan no more. I'm back here. I'm the one who needs to take the punches again. So that was actually very exciting. Knowing that MBS was my opponent, I respect him. I knew he was coming off his performance with Raiden, but I 100% knew that wasn't him. As we finally saw when I had to pretty much go up against somebody like him. So I gave him his respect. I didn't at all think that he was just gonna do the same thing. I knew he was going to go on a tear, and he did exactly that. So I think he even said it when he was up before the first round, and when he was just going, I instantly knew, all right, yeah, I'm in for a fight. This ain't some bullshit. I got to try. I can't just clown around. So I was really excited. I'm actually very happy that I got to, pull up with you guys, because I didn't know originally that y'all were around. So when I finally heard about it and I seen how much was going down and the talent pool and the caliber of some of these people who are around here, I was just like, okay, this is real exciting. So I was real hyped that I could show up.
Fucking right, man. Well, yeah, you made the most of an opportunity. Now, you mentioned, like, I want to do one more follow-up question before we move on to your battle with Samson, because MBS is the homie. He cleaned up at the awards, whatever, the Rookie of the Year, all that good stuff. What was your what surprised you the most about the angles that he took with you, or the approach that he took with you, or if anything, or was it kind of what you expected?
I was wondering what is really there to say about me. I was like, I look like an idiot half the time when I'm online. I just say a bunch of bullshit. You feel me? So when I have all that just out there, I don't mind if you want to make a joke about what you see. Plus, we in battle rap. If you talk about the family, you talk about my friends, that should come with it. But there is a fine line to cross, and very much so. When you have that respect for your opponent, it's there. He did just that. So every time he came with he actually just came with pure consistency. All 3 rounds. That was the thing that I was realizing throughout the whole thing. I was just thinking, all right, well, every punch has hit. He hasn't missed anything so far. He's really getting his material off too. It didn't seem like he was rushing too much. So everything that he got was just clean cut. I'm surprised I didn't hear a lot of X-Men bars. I'm happy. I think there was like 1, so we're good.
It was dope. It was a dope line.
Yeah, that's why I was like, all right, cool, we good. He got the 1 offer, bus. But no, everything that he had was just real good shit. I was happy that was what I had to face coming back, and it really brought that out of me that I had to, really try and not bullshit what I'm bringing towards for you guys. So, yeah.
Dope. Well, I want to say this. You've made it when you got haters in the comments, buddy. So congratulations, you've made it, man.
Hey, it's cool if if I'm getting the hate, shit's working. I won't to a degree.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
No, I'm dead. That's dead ass, man. So anyway,
cool.
let's move this along because you mentioned you're battling Samson, and we're gonna interview him after. First ever CRB live with 4 guests. It's going smoothly thus far. Knock on wood. You were supposed to battle him back in the summer or whenever it was. It didn't work out, or even prior to that, maybe March even. Are you coming with the same material, or did you scratch it and just start fresh, or is it a combination?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna say probably half of the shit that I had for MBS was for him in the first place.
Okay.
So I scrapped pretty much all of it. I was like, you know what? That's no. Now I'm finally having the match that I was supposed to have with him. What I had to say about him before out the window, the showing that he had and the performance he had that night, it showed that he picked it back up from wherever he left off whenever his last battle was. So it shows that he wasn't just sitting on his ass either. He got to it. So when this battle got announced and handed to me, I said, all right, it's time. We didn't waste the 1 year of sitting. We actually got back to it, and now we kind of have a little preview of what to face.
What does Samson do well in a battle setting?
I'm gonna be straight, because I can tell when I was watching handfuls of his battles. I want to say I probably didn't watch all of them, but I was like, okay, this guy can rap for real. He's not just spitting some bullshit. And I think he even had a video out when he was battling at 16 or something like that. And I was like, hey, he's been doing it for that long too. So he's been trying to improve. He has been. Again, the performance that he had before showed that. So it's kind of like the drive to always be going and doing more and more. So he hasn't really settled. Even if it seems as if he's the bottom, he's still trying to climb to the top,
Absolutely. What does he do not well, for lack of a better phrase? What does he do poorly?
I don't know, because I'm pretty much a hard critic on myself, so I'm looking at myself before I look at what he does bad. But if I want to,
Xavier, that doesn't sell.
Yeah,
that doesn't sell tickets. I'll give you a redo. I'll give you a redo.
If I want to be nitpicky though, I think just his execution, because sometimes he has punches that could hit a little harder than they should, or rather harder than they did, and some people just kind of brush it off. And I'm not saying they were super duper room shakers, but they were still hits that his opponent should have felt and people should have heard. So I think it's just his execution in certain lines.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Yeah, because he's a very consistent writer. He's never really he's not really trashy, It's just really bringing his material forward and making it hit.
Fair enough, my man. I don't know if Jimmy Stacy's fucking with me, but I have to check I think he's fucking with me here. Oh my God! The Sens came back and beat the Leafs. Oh, that's amazing. Buddy was chirping me earlier. We'll get to that later. Anyway, very excited. There's money on the line. Nonetheless, where were we? Oh yeah, we're doing rapid fire with you. You are the chosen one for the night. There's 4 guests. You're the chosen one. We're going rapid fire, and then we're bringing Samson on. Jimmy Stacy, you just made my night. Rapid fire. It's going to be a mini edition. Who's the next CRB champion?
I don't know. Y'all said the contendership might go even Johnny, Santo has his claim. NBS, he hasn't been weak at all. We might even have a dark horse of someone coming out of fucking nowhere and just claiming the spot. We never know.
Xavier.
Nah. I ain't there. I ain't got the respect yet. I ain't got I don't got all the respect yet.
No,
Until all
fair,
the comment
fair.
is pure
We'll
hate, I don't
there.
got the respect yet.
You'll
So we'll
get
get there. I need to go at it because you know I'm still fresh in this shit. I don't want to just impress once and that's that and go off of that hype because it's bullshit.
Xavier, I want to say that you know I love you, brother. But this is called rapid fire.
I'm sorry, man. I talked too
These are
much.
supposed to be quick answers. I asked you who's the next CRB champ. You named 6 people and started going on a tangent. Come on, man.
I have to talk well about the talent pool. I have to be nice.
You're all right. You're all right in my book. Who wins the battle, you or Santo?
Me or Santo? Ask him. We already faced each other twice.
Yeah, I've watched the battles.
Twice already.
Twice.
Okay,
Faced
who won? I didn't.
I mean, I'll say 1-1. He got the first. I got the second.
So we gotta make a third one happen to see who the real.
We actually talked about it, but we'll see. We never know. Never know.
All right. Okay, we're gonna do 2 last questions and keep it moving.
Yes, sir.
How many dogs does Santo have? Did he freeze, or was my joke that terrible?
Hey, as long as he's talking about them, he's never alone, man. Dogs everywhere, baby.
All right,
talking about it. Whole kennel, man.
Fair play to you, sir. Listen, man, I appreciate you. We're gonna bring you back out after we interview Samson. Definitely appreciate your time. He's got 27 dogs, I'm told. That's the rumor.
It's a lot.
And it's a lot of dogs, but frankly, it's okay with me.
That's a good day. That's a good day.
It's a good day. We'll bring you back soon, Xavier. Thanks for your time, brother.
No problem.
Next up, well, actually, first I want to debrief with Frenchie here. Frenchie,
yo,
what a night on CRB Live we're having.
Yeah,
these people are fantastic. It's like, where did these guys come from, man? We are so lucky to have these crazy characters, and we got another crazy character, man. Samson. Been battling since he was 16, apparently. We're going to ask him to clear that up.
Let me talk to Samson.
I want to talk to Samson. Samson, get your ass down here, brother.
Yeah. What's good, guys?
There he is. Such good vibes from this kid, man. You know I got a soft spot in my heart for you, man. I'm so happy that you're back.
Happy to be back.
Now, just so you know, this is live, and Frenchie, I'm going to put you on the spot. My computer's telling me I'm going to die. I need to go get my battery. Didn't prepare properly, so I'm going to let Frenchie Fresh ask the first couple of questions here, and I'll be back in a second.
So, my guy, you when you start battling, you were on the road with Chubbs and shit, or was that later on?
That was a little later on. That was about when I got to college. I met Chubbs.
Okay.
And we started doing that. My first battle.
Okay, so bring me back to when you started then.
Yeah, so my first battle ever. I was 16 years old, and I got a phone call from a mutual friend of all of ours, SMP, Sean Michael Paul.
Okay, yeah, I know. I should talk to Sean at least once a week.
Yeah. So he hit me up and he goes, "Hey, look, we're doing a battle event in Cornwall. I know a lot of these guys are telling me you can rap, you can battle, and I've never seen you nowhere. So he goes, why don't you come out to the show? We'll do a battle. We'll see how you do, and we'll move from there." And I battled RMJ at the Knights of Columbus when I was 16, nice. and then it just blew up.
Nice. So did you win that battle?
I did win that battle. Yeah, nice. I did win. It was quite the event. We had a good time.
Nice. Yeah, we've been back to Cornwall. Actually, were you there for? No, you weren't. No, you missed out on that.
No, he wasn't there. We wanted him there, but unfortunately, it couldn't happen.
Yeah.
Now,
hey, you're back now, so that's what matters.
Okay, you know the quarantine's been rough when me running down the stairs to grab the charger and come back has me out of breath. So it's gonna be it's been a rough 6 weeks, boys. You battled somebody at CP5 a few months ago now. Just dropped on YouTube. You had a great performance. What was that like? Battling someone who clearly had much longer rounds than you. How did you, like, when somebody's rapping for that long against you, do you go somewhere else in your head? Like, are you planning rebuttals? Are you thinking about your grocery list for the week, or like what was that like for you? And my bad for not cutting them off, by the way. That wouldn't happen again.
Hey, so I mean, in the grand scheme of things, man, I know certain opponents to be the kind of guys, they're gonna say something dumb. They're gonna say something dumb. They're gonna say something I know I can play off of. So I just kind of sit there, I go into my head and I focus on one silly thing. And if I can manage to get a huge reaction off that one little silly thing, then I don't need to spend any more time trying to overanalyze. Like, you can rap for 7 minutes, bro. If I can shut you down with one heavy bar at the beginning or at the end of my round, it's not gonna make a difference, man. You know?
Well, you definitely have an underrated rebuttal game, and you know, someone like myself has a huge appreciation for that. Like, so, like, were you a battler in the freestyle? Like, have you done freestyle battles and stuff like that, or not even?
I did a lot of practicing whenever I was younger. I would just put a beat on and put a random word generator up.
Yeah.
But I never really became like proficient in it. So it was something I'm always practicing constantly. I always bring up the beats and try to freestyle. But really, man, you've got like it's almost like, you know, how people are like, nice comeback, took you a long time to think of that. Well, I got 2 minutes in a battle to think of a rebuttal, you know. So it's like, to me, it just comes to me, man. It's not something I ever had to sit down and work on.
Well, it's a really key ingredient, and it separates, you know, people and people. The fans love that stuff, especially when it's good.
Radio,
like
that radio shit was
it was a great rebuttal. It totally diffused the opponent's round and took the momentum away. It is harder, way harder to drop a rebuttal in an a cappella modern era battle than it is to on beat, because you can hide behind the beat. It might not make perfect sense, but if you flow, you know, people are still going to react. When you're dropping a rebuttal a cappella, it is a lot more pressure, but the payoff is that much better. So anyway, definitely happy to see you continue to grow as a battler, and I hope to see that in the future. Now, before we bring on Xavier and have our showdown, I do have some more questions for you. You are part of a very, very interesting battle on CRB. I think you probably know where I'm going with this. I believe it was your debut against Nikolai Tucker.
Nikolai Tucker. Yeah, I figured that's where you're going.
Now, for those of you who don't know, just like Cole's Notes version, Samson battled Nikolai Tucker at Blood in the Basement, I think. And, well, actually, let's hear it from the horse's mouth. What happened that night? And tell us about, like, what you were thinking after it happened. So let the fans know what happened and then the thought process after.
So I want to start off by saying that happened so long ago that it like
blurry.
What not that it's blurry, but what happened is well over with now. Me and Nikolai are homies, you know. But honestly, the whole time, the only thing I was thinking of.
Oh, this is no shade at Nikolai or whatever.
Yeah,
man. It's just an interesting topic.
No, but honestly, the whole time, man, he comes there and starts singing for his 3 rounds rather than rapping. He
serenaded you?
He was serenading me, bro. And the only thing I could think of the whole time was, bro, Bender's here, and I'm trying to put on for a legend, and you just came by making this whole thing look silly, bro. You know, I'm trying to put on for this big fucking guy, you know, rest in peace. I loved and respected the guy. I watched him from the time I was a kid on. Now he's finally here seeing what I can do, come to watch me, and you're gonna sing your fucking rounds, bro. I was pretty choked about it, you know?
Oh, it's one thing. First of all, rest in peace to Bender, and I'm sure he got a kick out of it. Bender had an amazing sense of humor.
Yeah, he was.
But it wasn't just 1 round. It wasn't 2 rounds. I believe it was.
It was 3 rounds. It was 3 rounds. His third round he wrapped. Because he could tell that the crowd was like, "What is this guy doing?"
It was, hey man, it was a wild time. But I'm happy we got to talk because we've actually never chopped it up about this, and I'm happy that we did because it's a very it sticks in my mind. That's
legendary for sure.
Shit. Yeah. But it was entertaining, if nothing else.
Factoids. Now, that was like a fun battle, whatever. But you've had some heated battles with people. You battled Bill Beeman. Heated battle. Faraday, heated battle. Why do you think Disciple or whatever his name is, heated battle? Why do your battles often have this hostility behind them that I'm personally drawn to? But why do opponents why does it get to that place? Why do you think?
Man, I wish I could tell you because what I was gonna say, man, is that out of all my opponents, to be honest with you, Xavier's the only one that we talk, we have conversations. He never comes out of left field. Everybody else seems to want to message me and be like, "Fuck you, bud, what's up?" And then I'm like, I'm the wrong guy to talk to like that. So then we just get so hostile, we just get so in our heads, and then before I know it, I'm on stage having these guys scream an inch from my face. And then at the end of it, they're dapping me up like everything's cool again. I was like, I don't know what the last 6 months of harassing me online was for if you're just going to shake my hand at the end of this, man, but it always gets there, and I don't mind because I've been around for a long enough time. You can yell, you can scream, you could think you're better than me. At the end of the day, bro, I'm coming to show out.
March 13th, I have no doubt that you will. We're coming to the end of the program. We're going to bring out Xavier in just 1 minute. I have one more question for you.
Yeah, y'all better talk some shit. Y'all, because he's too humble. I don't know, man.
Well, yeah, we don't want to be breaking kayfabe here, boys. But all that said, I wanted to get your take on, and don't ask me why, but I foresee a battle between you two in the future. The Rookie of the Year, NBS. And what's your take on him, and would you battle him in the future? Because that's a battle I'd like to see.
I think he's a dope battler. I'd be happy to battle him. We talk pretty regularly. We know a lot of stuff about each other, and I think that would be entertaining nonetheless as well.
Are you? That's a solid answer, and I'm sure we can make that happen. Are you aspiring to become the CRB champion, or are you looking for just one-off battles?
That belt is mine, homie. I'm coming. I'm ready. I don't care who I gotta beat, what I gotta do, where I gotta work. Eventually, I'm gonna have that thing around my waist, man. And I'm gonna try to keep it for a real long time.
It's a good goal to have, man, and I appreciate the candor there. All right, Frenchie, I think it's time for our second face-off of the night. This man was just on the show, so I won't give him another introduction. Xavier, come on back, brother. There he is.
Push Robin.
All right, we got about 2 minutes here. Xavier, what did you think of Samson's interview thus far?
Ain't wrong. You're just saying what to do, man. You're just saying how it is, baby. It ain't shit, man.
Now, you guys know that this battle will have serious implications for the title hunt, right? The person who ends up losing this battle will definitely have a much longer road to go in order to climb that ladder. So you can be as friendly as you want, but you realize if that is the goal, the stakes are very, very high. So I'm really looking forward.
I'm gonna put it this way about a belt. That second time I beat Santo was for a championship. If you want to chase a belt, that's cool. But this is the closest thing you're going to have to a title match until you scrape to the top for a real one. That's it.
Even if I take the long road, you're a bad driver, homie.
Hey, it's cool, baby. It's cool. I drift up. You know what I'm saying? Mario. Red shelling it up, baby.
Red. Oh, Mario Kart. I dig it. No, but in all seriousness, boys, Xavier, you see your opponent. You see that he's grown this luscious beard. He's looking like a much more mature battler. Are you at all worried that Samson has now moved on to a more mature style of battler that you'll have a tougher time with, or are you thinking you're going to be okay?
I mean, I'm in trouble as long as this shit don't grow properly. You feel me? So we'll see. It's a fight regardless.
I
It's a
can't
fight
see anything.
regardless. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It ain't even there, man.
Get one
But
before
it's a
we
fight.
talk about
It's a
it.
fight.
Get one before
It's
we
a
talk
fight, man.
about it.
It's a fight, man. It's a fight. And
Get
that's what we're
one
here to
before we
do.
talk about it.
We there. We here. Hey, man. We here, man. Fuck out of here.
Samson, parting words for Xavier. What can the fans expect to see March 3rd to No 3?
Stay hungry, bro. If you ain't hungry, it's that belt. It's going, man. It's going. We're eating out here. So just
Hey,
stay
chubby boy
hungry.
finna have a snack, and this ain't shit to me. You feel me? It's a plate.
That's good. That's good. Don't bite off more than you can chew. That's all I gotta say about that.
Light, man. Light.
Xavier, Samson, thank you both for your time. I know the audience enjoyed that. We'll talk to both of you soon, and we'll see you March 13th. And let the best man win.
Yes, sir.
Peace, boys.
Bet.
And then there were 2. Frenchie, we did it. 10 episodes, man. What'd you think of tonight's episode? Let's close this.
It was
shit
cool,
down.
man. I, in my opinion, I think we need to. I know we had to stretch out material because we got pushed back here. But yeah, I think these face-offs are great. I think we should do more. And again, I'm not like we did have to fill in some holes here leading up to the event. So, I know some people really like these face-offs, but again, like I just said, we had to,
there's enough time for both, right?
Exactly.
Because once you do those face-offs and then you run out, like we'll make sure we do a face-off for every battle on the card. And I think it's
just a matter of, because some people were asking me, and it's just a matter of stretching out us getting to that card, right? So
the simple thing you tell them is look at the calendar, look how many dates there are, look how many battles are on the card. Everyone's gonna get their time to talk that shit. Tonight they talked that shit. It was good. It was good vibes, but I know that these guys are all hungry. And honestly, man, I can't wait for March 13th. It's going to be great. And
shout out to everybody joining the streams every week. Shout out to the fans. Without guys, none of this.
Where can they get that gear, man? Where can they get that gear?
CRB, capitalrapbattles.ca. Go get that gear. Soon we're gonna have. We've talked about it with the team. We're gonna have more keeping up to losses, and we're gonna have some grids. It's just a matter of time, but we are working on it, guys. We are gonna make the site better, and I have more things to check out. But there are already lots of things on there to check out.
Totally.
And,
well, I think that's it, man. I mean, we've done 10 episodes. We're into double digits. This is going. The feedback's been amazing. Thanks to all the fans for tuning in. Definitely appreciate the feedback, all the live action in the chat. You guys are the best. Shout outs to everyone. Just holding us down, man. And we'll continue next week. We'll be back at 9 p.m. on Monday. So hope to see you there.
Shiggity season.
I always like to bring Jug out at the end to just give us a nice little fare thee well. There he is.
Shout out the table there. Shout out Jimmy Stacy, always in the chats. Coming from out of town.
Appreciate it.
What's up, Jugga?
I'm here, man. Yo, you guys did a great job, man. People don't ever really know about all the technical crazy shit going on behind the scenes, and you guys are just cool and calm all the time on in front of the people. So shouts to you guys for holding it down and keeping it cool. You know what I mean?
Thank you for making it work in the background all the time when we have technical difficulties.
You see my glass is empty. That means I've been sipping, so I'm having a good time back here, So man, it's a good time. Episode 10, man. It's really interesting. Like, this thing we talked about doing stuff like this, but it wasn't until COVID hit and we didn't really have anything else we could do that we started doing this shit. You know what I mean? So
I think it's kind of better because, like, how I was doing the CRB talks is like. This is more freedom. People from home, like we don't have to run after people, go on people's schedule. Like, so this is better. Like, although it stemmed from that, this is like the formula right here. I think it was kind of a blessing for that COVID hit because it allowed us to present this platform. So
glass is half full, man. We got to make the most of it, and I think we have, and we'll continue to. Man, couldn't be happier to have you guys as the fucking squad. killing it. Can't wait to see what we do next. Shout outs. Thanks, Kevy, for the congrats. And definitely we'll give you a platform to tell your side of that Nikolai story if you like, because that's a fucking funny story, man. And I could never hear enough of it. And I'm sure there's other cool things we could talk about. So we'll see what happens there. I think that's it, boys. I think we shut her down.
To get Jimmy on one day too there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're doing this for a long time. So we're going to get anybody on who's down to talk about some interesting things. Shout out to the Sens for coming back tonight and winning me some dough.
They won some people some money, man. So shout outs to that. Oh, Jugga's got something. He's got something. What? Yo, now?
Yeah, buddy.
After the win? And it's Alfie. There you go. Shout out Alfie.
Just don't look at the standings.
Can say they've had a captain of an NHL team show up at their battle rap events. Only CRB can say that, as far as I know. I don't know. I've never seen a NHL captain show up at any battle rap event.
Well, Sundin lined up for one of our events, but we didn't let him in. So you're right. Just fucking with you.
The only one, you know.
Beautiful,
However, I
looking
would
good,
let
man.
Doug Gilmore in just because he's a
he's an OG. All right, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see everybody next Monday. Have a good week. Be safe, but enjoy a little bit more freedom now that we got it, man.
Yeah, shout out, guys. I'm going shoe shopping.
Not surprised in the slightest. Peace, everybody. Have a great night.
Later.